I have a surprise for you. Pat has had a lot of success with our breed. She had 2 champions and she got to the semi-finals at the St. Bernard of the Year competition this year. Take a look at this.
This is what Jeff's been doing?
Yep.
Oh, that looks nice, doesn't it? I bet the owner.
You look really good. She likes to have a giggle, and so do I. And our husbands get on really well. Basically, we were at Birmingham National Show, and we just hit it off. And each show, she was giving me little hints and tips about what to do, about grooming and stuff like that. And she was funny, and she was very light-hearted about it, whether she won or whether she got kicked out, whatever.
Oh, Brittany.
8 weeks old? Because you saw her for the first time 4 weeks later at your house. Do you remember?
That's right, when...
She peed on your living room floor.
Can you read that one?
Best puppy dog and best breed, rides on earth, wind and fire. What can I say about this mature and excellent specimen? He just stood out. He had such quality, coupled with size, head type, lovely proportioned body, strong hindquarters and excellent movement. For me, there was nothing to touch him, and I was pleased later on to see that he had gone best puppy show at Southern Counties. I most certainly feel that this one has a great future.
I must admit that day I shed a tear, didn't I?
Yes, he fell to his knees and cried.
Yeah, but I mean that was... that's not going to happen every day, is it?
You have to get used to being up at like 3 o'clock in the morning and travelling miles, don't you? Takes you the whole week to recover, then off you go again to the next one.
We must travel in the region of 20,000 miles a year.
Yeah.
Got to be 20,000 and plus, really.
Yeah.
That's just the shows. And with the car that's done well over 290,000 now.
I think we need another one.
I think we need another one, yeah.
We have to travel on public transport to shows because neither of us drive and we've never had a car. And people say to me, oh, I don't know how you could do it, why do you do it? But I think if you're that determined you want to go to shows, then you'll find other means.
The licenses for all dog shows in the United Kingdom are issued by the Kennel Club. There are well over 3,000 a year of various standards.
You've got to be a special sort of person, perhaps slightly obsessed. I will trek thousands of miles in a year up and down to dog shows to stand in the middle of, well, basically what is often, you know, a wet field in the wilds of beyond there with a dog on the end of the lead for a piece of cardboard because there's no money in it. I suppose we're like people who take drugs. Can't do without it, can we? Yes, I get really withdrawal symptoms if I don't have a dog show every week. It must be awful.
Whelks is a show which is very much favoured in the calendar because it's the first outdoor show of the season.
I'm sorry about this awful weather, but because of it, judging is being delayed for half an hour. So the 9 o'clock start will be at 9:30, the 9:30 at 10, and the 10 o'clock at 10:30. Except for the 11 o'clock start, which will start at 11. Obviously, all the judging will take place under cover.
I think this would put anybody off a dog show.
Oh, it isn't as bad as when we had the snow.
I'm chairman of Whelks and have been for 20 years. Again, chairman's job is to meld a good team together.
Yeah. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Are you all right? Is everything all right for you?
WELT stands for the West of England Ladies Kennel Society, and that was founded in 1931 by a group of ladies having afternoon tea in a Georgian house in Cheltenham.
Not a day for hanging about, you know.
Liver, kidney, that's sausage. What else have we got there? And a little piece of pig's kidney as well in there. So we've got it's a mixed grill. We only fed him to half his normal amount before he goes in the ring. It just keeps him keen.
When showing and exhibiting in the ring, there's no thought in your mind of anything else but presenting your dog to its very best. Keeping your dog alive, so you've got its attention all the time, and you are placing the dog to the best advantage for the judge to see it. You are calming the dog, and that dog is completely with you, bonded to you, and doing everything you want it to do.
Tell you what, I think a lot of these look as though they could do with a good bomb. I knew it's dirty to do, but...
And I said that last year, Marjorie, and got slated for it.
This is the last Commonwealth Public Stakes in 10 to 5.
I'm nervous before I go in the ring. Once I'm in the ring, I'm okay. Because you're so wrapped up in what your dog is doing and what the judge is doing. You haven't got time to sort of think about yourself. Well, they say it travels down the lead, and I'm sure it must do. And they do start to play up, and the more nervous you get, the worse they get. So you have to try and stay calm.
And good luck anyway. Good luck.
I'll leave it tonight. Most judges will stand and watch the dogs coming into the ring. A great piece of advice given to me is to make some sort of entrance, even if it's just a couple of strides for the dog to get into some sort of movement, just to catch the judge's eye at that moment.
Wish you told me that, because nobody ever told me to do that.
But I do try and do that when we come to the ring, just a few quick steps, just for the judge to see him come in the
Because you're
ring.
a great show-off anyway, so two show-offs together, really.
It's ego recognition, isn't it? Why do we all show dogs? Why are people really actors or comedians or stand on a stage? Because they want people to like them for what they do. They want to do it well and get the applause and things, and it's ego recognition.
Smashing. It feels smashing to win. And I am competitive, really competitive. In everything I do, same as in dog showing. The good thing about winning is knowing that you've deserved to win.
It is not the most important thing in the world, but it's nice. And
Everyone
I
likes
can't
to
say, yeah, I can't say that we go to a show and we lose and we're happy.
No, I don't. Any fool can be second.
Yeah. If people say it doesn't matter whether you win or not, that's not true. But if you come second and the dog in front of you is a really nice dog, you can't object at all. You think,
No, that's fine.
I've been beaten by something nice, but maybe next week I'll beat it.
If you don't look at it that way, if you storm off and you get all upset and you throw your rosettes away, that, you know, or you rip up your tickets, which we've seen people do, not in our breed. I haven't seen it in our breed, but I've seen it in another breed. Just stand there and rip the ticket out. It happens, people get upset, but then again, it's sportsmanship. It all comes down to how you handle yourself.
Well, I don't go with any, I just go, and if I, as I say, win something, you know, I'm lucky. If not, well...
It's an individual person's opinion on the day, and it's like in the theatre. I might go to a set of auditions, you might choose somebody, I might choose somebody else. It's one man's meat is another man's poison.
I've seen green dye thrown in the head coat of a bobtail at Crufts one year. Valium in water bowls. Oh yeah.
We did see one year at Manchester with, where they border collies.
There was two border collies, yeah, were tranquilised.
Tranquilised. And they were carried out of the show. No.
But that is a very, very rare occurrence.
And you have to be pretty sick to think to do something like that.
Yes, the competition is fierce. And in some breeds, and often, unfortunately, it's in the coated breeds, the competition is even more fierce. I don't know why it should be. Well, coated breeds, you can do a lot more work with them. They can look more. A smooth breed, you get what you see. That's it. You can't do a lot about it. But a coated breed, there's a lot more preparation gone into it. And so people get a lot more involved about it. They put a lot more work into it.
I think you have to be quite tough and broad-shouldered, because there can be some nasty comments made. There can be some snide remarks. There can be some real bitching that goes on, just like backstage in the theatre. But then, you know, you chose to do it, so you've got to take what comes with it.
At the present moment, the Kennel Club recognise 191 different breeds. Every breed has a written standard. The breed standards are laid down by the Kennel Club, and it is against those standards that the judges should be judging. The first paragraph is a general idea of the dog, and then you start at the head and you go down to the tail, describing the head in detail, the eye, the foreface, the mouth, and then you go on down describing the neck, the layback of the shoulder, the span of the rib cage. You see, every breed has the same, whether it's a Dachshund or whether it's a Great Dane, has exactly the same number of bones. To breed a dog to the absolute standard of your chosen breed is every breeder's goal. Not many reach it.
Born in 1976, I had what is still the top winning dog, Pekingese, and he won 22 cc's, but he sired so many champions. He won Best in Show all breeds. He was just a tremendous dog. Well, his kennel name was Champion Charita Cassidy, and of course he was called Cassidy, even as his pet name. And he was just a dog with so much fantastic presence, and he had great big dark eyes. And that's the thing he sort of handed on to other dogs. You know, you could look, and people say now, I mean, there was an article in the paper not so many months ago, and they were talking about the breed, and they were saying, you don't see the Cassidy eyes anymore. So he's, you know, he's known like that. Yes, he was a one-off. He's a one in a lifetime. You never really ever have another one like that. I mean, Cassidy himself was a one. He was a singleton puppy out of a bitch's first litter. And we repeated the mating. We did exactly the same mating, the same bitch, champion bitch, to the champion dog. And we got 2 puppies, and they were nothing like at all. Absolutely, you know, they weren't even good enough for me to show.
This is Anna. Her kennel club name is Yaki, once more with feeling for Camerata. And she's just been up to get married to Mission Impossible, who was a young Yaki dog. She's had 4 matings. She came back yesterday, so we're hoping that she's going to be pregnant. So we'll take her sort of the end of next week for the vet to have a feel to see if he can feel any fetuses in there. And then we'll take it from there. But she's had 4 matings, and we chose Mission Impossible because he has grandparents and great-grandparents which all match in her pedigree. And this is Mission Impossible. This is the famous husband, isn't it, Anna? Anna, here's your husband, isn't it? She said, I'm sick of him already. You're not panting for him, are you? Just like him. That lovely picture.